Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be playing with some new luxury makeup products. I have a lot of Givenchy, which is slowly becoming one of my favorite beauty brands. They are certainly one to look out for. And then there's some Charlotte Tilbury, which I had been planning to wait until the launch of her new foundation, but I simply cannot hold my breath any longer. So if you'd like to get ready with me and see how I achieved this makeup look, just keep watching. I originally set out to do a full face of Givenchy makeup, but I figured I have so much new Charlotte Tilbury to play with, I should just combine the two. So I am going to be using what's become one of my favorite, definitely top two foundations, which is the Givenchy Teint Couture Everwear. They have this at Neiman Marcus, but they also have it in Sephora's. So hopefully if it's in a Sephora near you, you can try it out for yourself. I thought it was more difficult to find, so I was really excited when I saw this in my local Sephora. I do have some new complexion products to play with. So here is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This is the primer. And I own all of their other complexion products. I love the Light Wonder, the Magic Foundation, the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and of course we're all waiting with bated breath for the new foundation to launch in the United States. I keep seeing all of our friends abroad testing it out and trying it and just raving about it, and I'm so jealous. So this is something that I'm gonna go in with first. And then yesterday, I hit up Sephora. I picked up a brand new foundation brush. I am so excited about this. It's from Marc Jacobs, and I saw the brush and I thought, this is what I've been looking for. This is exactly what I need. My current brush is falling to pieces. It's really old. This is the Phase 3 Buffing Foundation Brush. So this is what it looks like. I honestly feel like this is going to be a game changer for my makeup. Here we go. It's been a long time coming. I've needed a new brush for a while. Ooh, I love the handle. It's a little bit shorter, and then it's a kabuki, but it's really dense and really big. So I think it's just gonna buff perfectly. Ooh! So this is my new foundation brush. It feels so soft. And it wasn't that bad. I had a 20% coupon, and I think it was $48, so I guess $40, and then plus tax for the brush. First, let me go in with my Wonder Glow. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this primer with my fingers. It's really pretty. It doesn't feel super sticky. It feels really nice on the skin, just very, like a light layer. It truly is the little things in life. I am so excited about this foundation brush. All right, so I use Y300 is my shade in this Givenchy foundation. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that was so fast, so easy. It picked up any excess product. I don't feel like I have a really heavy face of foundation on right now. And I like the way that the primer is giving a little radiance to the otherwise very matte foundation. I love this brush. 10 out of 10, I'm so excited. So from now on, when you see me doing my foundation, chances are I'm gonna be using this Marc Jacobs foundation, the Phase 3 brush. Now I'm going in with concealer, and I'm using the Givenchy Teint Couture Everwear Concealer. I don't use this as often as I use the foundation. I typically just stick to my Chanel, but I figure I should pick it up. And I forget how awkward the little doe foot wand applicator is. It's in the shape of a heart, which is kind of cute, I guess, but not really practical. But I do really like this formula, and the packaging is very beautiful. Givenchy is quickly becoming one of my favorite beauty brands, truly. I've been so happy with everything that I've ever picked up from them. My next new product that I have to open is a Givenchy Poudre Premiere. This is the Matte and Translucent Finish Loose Powder in the Universal Nude. So they have a couple loose powders. They have a color correcting loose powder, a few other shades, but this one is supposed to be, oof, look at that box, so beautiful. Basically just a universal translucent. It says nude, but it looks pretty pale white. Ooh, that's pretty too. I'm running very low on my Chanel loose powder, and I will most likely replace it, but why not take that as an opportunity to try something different? I love that you have the logo on the top and then the powder actually comes out in the logo, and then you have this really nice little sponge. Puff. It's like a puffy sponge. It looks very finely milled, so that's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Let's see. I am very impressed with this powder. I love that as soon as I apply it to the skin, I can't see it. It truly is transparent, kind of goes on and just melts right into the foundation. It is mattifying, but I feel like it gives sort of like a soft focus glow, and then you have to look so closely, but it does have a little bit of a slight luminosity. So it's not going to completely mattify your skin to the point where it looks sort of dull, crepey. It certainly doesn't look like I have powder on. So now I have to go back and add some color to my face. I'm gonna open up my Film Star Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt and Highlight. This was sent to me in a little kind of care package, a little PR gift from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm really interested to see if this sculpt is dark enough for my skin because I have sunless tan, so my foundation is a little bit deeper than it usually is. I'm gonna go in with this blush brush from Chanel. It's kind of small, so I feel like I can sculpt with it. It is sort of light, but let's see. It's pretty. It is a really pretty color. It's soft and maybe a little bit more subtle than some of my other bronzers, but hey, that's probably a good thing. It's gonna look more natural that way. And I like the tone. It says Sculpt and I know it says Contour on the box, but it's not so cool toned that it looks strange. It still has some warmth to it. So if you watched my review of the new Pat McGrath Skin Fetish foundation, you know I really struggled with applying my bronzer over that foundation because it just didn't ever really dry down on my skin, and so it made the bronzer and any powder products a little bit patchy and difficult to blend. I used the foundation, I think a total of 3 times, and then ultimately I did make the decision to return it. So I actually exchanged it for a couple of the things that I'm using today. With my skin type in particular, because I do tend to get a little bit oily in my T-zone throughout the day, I'm sort of normal to combination. I live in a very tropical climate. It's incredibly humid outside here in Florida. It just wasn't really great for me. It's not to say it's a bad product, it's just not something that I would ever grab. And I feel really confident in my decision, especially now applying this bronzer, blending it out, and seeing how easy it is versus how difficult and how much I was struggling with the Pat McGrath. The team over at Charlotte Tilbury also sent me this blush. So this is the Swish and Pop blusher in the shade Ecstasy. I showed this in my latest haul video, and it looks so pretty. It looks very soft and subtle. And I know the technique is to swish and pop in the center where it's a little bit darker. But with this color in particular, it's kind of soft on the outside and soft on the inside. So we'll see if it gives me enough color. I think I did that right. Swish, pop. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty. I was not expecting so much color payoff. I'm happy that it actually is a really pretty blush. so now I'm gonna go back into my Sculpt and highlight. And I'm taking this Bare Minerals diffused highlighter brush and this shade right here. Ooh. I have to be very careful highlighting my Cupid's bow because I have a little blemish right in the center there. The other day, I just quickly dusted on a bunch of highlighter and I realized I put highlighter all over my blemish, which is not something that I would recommend. So I'm going very low on the lips, and I did my best to do a little concealer right there. It's a very painful place to have a little blemish too. It's a little sucker, but it's making its presence known on my face, unfortunately. All right, so next up is eyes. We've done our complexion. I have another new product from Givenchy. This was actually sent to me complimentary, whereas the powder I picked up myself. This is their Ombre Interdit Pink Quartz. This is a cream eyeshadow. It says comfort, no transfer, 24-hour wear. I don't ever wear makeup for 24 hours, but I'm excited to use this. It looks so beautiful. So I requested this shade and I'm so happy they had it in stock and they were willing to send it over. Let's swatch it quick. Ooh. So it's gonna give a lot of shine. I'm gonna put this directly on the lid. Before I apply that, I'm gonna go in quickly with my contour bronzer, and I'm just taking this fluffy brush and I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer in the crease. And this is a trick that I use just about every single day to do my makeup for work. My everyday go-to eye look is generally bronzer in the crease or a soft brown eyeshadow and then something a little bit lighter on the lid, whether it just be my highlighter or that NARS loose pigment that I've worn just about in every single video, I think the last month. I could probably apply this directly to the eye, but I'm not going to. Especially since it's the first time, I'm gonna just use my fingers, see what happens. Ooh! It is so vibrantly shiny. I love how smooth it is. And then I do have a little flat brush and I'm just gonna use this to blend and soften any harsh lines so that I'm taking the cream shadow up to the crease, but not really above it. So this was my original hand swatch, and just to show you guys, it is not really budging. I mean, it's pretty much on there. So I have a feeling this is going to be incredibly long wearing. For liquid eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Feline Flick. This is her eyeliner pen, which I love an eyeliner pen, so I'm very excited to try out hers. So I'm not really a huge fan of this eyeliner pen. It's not very easy to use. It doesn't distribute enough product, so you have to keep going over and going over the line to try to make it smooth and even. It's not impossible to do, but there are just other eyeliner pens that are faster and easier in my personal opinion. Yeah, and now the eyeliner isn't even. I know sometimes using an eyeliner pen over cream eyeshadow or anything with shimmer can be difficult, but this was more difficult than I expected. And you know, with an eyeliner, if you're dragging it and it's not going on really smooth, it kind of pulls and it makes the line look more jagged and not clean and crisp. And that's what's happening here. That does tend to happen over a cream eyeshadow or anything with shimmer, but I have an eyeliner pen from Kat Von D that's almost completely used up at this point, and even that is a more smooth application than this. I'm a little disappointed. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to highlight my brow bone using this Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. So I'm taking just a little small brush and highlighting the brow bone. I was honestly thrown with just how tricky that eyeliner was. I was not expecting that to be so challenging. If you've had a different experience, be sure to let me know down below, or if you feel the same as I do. I'm curious if maybe it's almost like a defective pen, like maybe something happened to it, or I don't know. And then I'm also going to go into the inner corner of the eye. Now it's time for lips, and I don't have any new lipsticks to share, but I figured since we're doing mostly Givenchy Rose Gold with the Charlotte Tilbury, I would pick up this lipstick from Givenchy because I haven't really used it very much since I got it. And this was one that came in really pretty limited edition packaging, but I believe this color is always available. And this is their Larouche Lipstick line, and the shade is 306, so it's a really pretty red. I love how creamy those lipsticks are. And it's a really warm, kind of orangey red. I'm gonna go back in now with my Crimson Lip Liner from Laura Mercier. Our makeup is complete, so the final step is to spritz on a fresh new fragrance. This was sent to me complimentary to review from Givenchy. It's their latest creation. It's called Live Irresistible Rosy Crush. So this is the box. You can tell it's going to be a very tall bottle just by looking at it. And here it is. Ooh. It's very beautiful. I love a sleek design. I love that it has this kind of studded texture on the sides. And I have some information here about it. Live Irresistible Rosy Crush is a confident explosion of pink freshness and bold vitality. It has a top note of goji berry, middle notes of rose and pink peppercorn, which is always a good sign for me because I love rose. And then the bottom note is patchouli. So this is supposed to put you in a positive state of mind. It has youthful vivacity and elegant sophistication. So I do like the bottle. Spritz it on. Oh, and the mister is really fine. I love that. It's so nice. Very fresh floral. It's like walking through a garden. Now that the fragrance has had time to settle and dry down on my skin, I actually love it even more. You know, initially when you spray it, you get that zesty vibrancy, the fruity floral because the goji berry. But once that dissipates and you're left with just the middle note, you get the rose, the pink peppercorn. It's very light. I love rose fragrances, but it's not overpowering in any way. So if you like a light, fresh floral as your daytime fragrance, I think you would absolutely love this scent. It's really beautiful. I'm happy to add that to my collection. And I've had so much fun playing around with some new makeup products today. Definitely some standouts for me. The Givenchy loose powder, I absolutely love this. I think it gives a really beautiful soft focus, kind of beautiful matte but still somewhat glowy look to the skin. Another standout for me is this foundation brush. I am so happy I picked this up on a whim. This is again the Marc Jacobs, the Face number 3. You're gonna be seeing this going forward on my channel. I'm really happy with that. And that completes today's video, so thank you so much for playing with new makeup with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments or your questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything used today on my face down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.